Hello, honey bunnies. Do you like that? Do you like being called honey bunnies? Is that okay? I don't know if that's okay, but I call everyone honey bunnies, so you guys are now honey bunnies. Long time no see. You guys haven't seen my face, but you have definitely heard my annoying voice, and I'm very sorry about that. So I have some updates again. Just hold on. Okay, getting on with it. All right. So I went to be allergy tested this past Monday, and turns out I'm not allergic to anything. I don't even have seasonal allergies, which it's blew my mind. It's blew Mac's mind. It's everyone is like, what the fuck, because I've had these symptoms and how I react to things. Turns out I potentially have non-allergenic rhinitis, which is basically how my new therapist coined it, ghost allergies. So it's basically you have the symptoms of allergies, but there's no actual reaction happening. So you're not allergic to things. But I have these symptoms of allergies, and they really don't know what the cause of it is, like why it happens. So yeah, it's another inflammation disorder, basically. Or it might be migraines, which, she was like, it could be both. Who knows? I'm being referred to a ear, nose, and throat doctor, and I'll be saying ENT from now on. And when I went for allergy testing, that sucked. So I had 17 different pokes in my back. Then I had 17 needles in my arm. Like, if you ever had a tuberculosis test, that's what they did. So they basically go underneath the skin and inject the little, so like the allergens or whatever. I had 17 needles in this arm. Thank God I chose this arm and not this arm, because in this shoulder I have a pinched nerve, and that would have been bad news bears. Bad news bears. So, yeah, it sucked real bad. It was just I knew that was gonna happen. I already told them, and it's gonna happen. So, but I was not allergic to anything. Not allergic to that little thing over there. That little cat. I'm not allergic to him. So that means we can have more cats. But they did say to, I still can't have him in my face and everything. So, that also brings me. They said that my asthma wasn't well controlled. So they gave me, so I take a daily inhaler. And they gave me this thing. It's a spacer. So apparently I was doing my Symbicort wrong. So when you have this thing, when you have that sound, you're sucking in too fast. So, this helps you breathe in slower. Then you have to hold it for 10 seconds and do this twice in the morning and twice in the evening. So I've been doing my Symbicort wrong. So, yeah. I don't know why I have chronic dry eye. That's also a thing I didn't ask. Because I thought it was allergies, but I don't know. But today, this morning, I went to the doctor, and I just followed up with everything that the allergist had told me. And so she referred me to the ENT. She confirmed I had scarring in my left ear, which is the ear that I've when she was saying I had scarring in that ear, it jogged a memory. Like, Mom was always talking about this left ear. So I think I only had tubes in this left ear. I'm not sure, but there is scarring in this ear, and it's always this ear that I get an ear infection in. I did have an ear infection though, because she did the urgent care lady I went to urgent care because I was having all these problems with my ears and stuff that I told y'all about. That's why I couldn't film a video last week, because I was still dealing with it. There was fluid in this ear, so the antibiotic cleared this up. And this, just the scarring. So, I think it was a TMJ flare-up mixed with my ear infection, because I got a new mouth guard and everything, and TMJ sucks. And I remember being diagnosed with this since I was little. I had my primary care as a child tell me that I had TMJ. I don't remember specifically why we went to the doctor. I was going to the doctor quite a lot when I was doing sports and stuff, because I was having a lot of sports injuries and everything, because my joints just fucking suck. So there's that. But my doctor did notice that I have inflammation on the bilateral nasal cavities. She said that the ENT would further do whatever. They might take a CT scan of my head to just confirm and rule out things. But basically, with non-allergenic rhinitis, you just do nasal rinses. I'm still on the Flonase nasal rinses, so using like an neti pot or like a saline spray, and just not go around in irritants, basically, which is hard because pollen and stuff like that are still irritants. I'm just not having an actual allergic reaction, which is like that post nasal drip and like the burning and the sneezing and stuff like that. I am having burning, but it's not. It's just dry. So I've stopped taking my over-the-counter allergy medicine. Saved me some coin. Stopped doing the Benadryl. I am on Vistaril, but that's for my uterus. But with allergy medicines and stuff like that, they dry you out. So I'm hoping when I'm like stop taking all that I can kind of get some relief. I just didn't know. But yeah. And my doctor today treated me like a person. So when I went in, my blood pressure was 142 over 80 something. So then she came and she was like being very nice and like talking to me and actually getting to know me, and it was fucking weird. I was like, who are you? Then when she checked my blood pressure again after the appointment, it was 122 over 86. So yes, I think I do have some sort of high blood pressure, but I really do think my pulse and everything like that is triggered by anxiety, and I am chronically stressed all the time. Either if I'm happy, I'm still stressed, sad, still stressed, stress, all the time. It's just all the time. Which leads me to ACT. So I have my therapist that I'll meet with her on Mondays. She's really nice. Regular treatment starts next week. I still haven't met my peer support. We were supposed to either meet yesterday or today, and no one has texted me. And probably need to text her and be like, hey, what's up? I met with my med provider on it was Tuesday. Yeah, I met with him on Tuesday. Very nice. He also has ADHD, and he seemed to really like me, and I've actually felt comfortable with him, which is weird because men, like cis men or men, just terrify me really bad. Always uncomfortable. We sat outside. He wasn't really understanding what I was saying. I said to come sit in the bedroom. I had my couch cleared off for him and everything. But we ended up sitting outside, which was good. I have a hard time talking and explaining things because everything is so layered. Since we've been doing intakes, we've kind of gotten off track because it's my fault. Because there's just, everything is so complex and so layered. Even with the doctor, I was telling her, it can't, and I've noticed it in my videos and stuff like that. I get on tangents real bad, and I just can't get to the chase unless I completely write it out, like, word for word. Like how I did, like, my informational videos. I had to write that out word for word. I couldn't remember it, and I would get off on tangent stuff. So I have stuff like this, like, little bullet points, and then it is what it is. Love ADHD. Love it. But yeah, he is wanting to put me on. There was 2 medications he was talking about to substitute, I think, the Geodon. Because right now, I'm on Geodon, guanfacine, and Adderall for mental health. But also, I'm on Visceral and gabapentin. But gabapentin is for like, pain management, and the Visceral is for my uterus. But my doctor today told me that he's going to take over both of those. But that doesn't make sense to me because I use them for physical health. So I'm going to have to reiterate that to him. Big word. My big brain. Be like, look, this is not for mental health. This is for body pain, and this is for my uterine pain. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I learned that my new peer support is non-binary. They're AMAB, which I just don't know a lot of AMAB people, assigned male at birth, people who are non-binary. It's usually, from what I've experienced and what I'm exposed to, it's usually AFAB people who are non-binary, which I, love all of it. But it's just really cool. I just want to meet them, want the kiki, and want the, like, everything, because, like, they're the only LGBT person on the team. I'm assuming, but, like, you know what I mean, like, gender wise, because I'm also non-binary, so I think that's gonna be really cool. Yeah, I'm excited. So I have 24 access to them, but so the meetings are only 30 minutes, and that's either twice or 3 times a week. So I'm not sure how to feel. It's more than what I was getting, but I was expecting, like, 2-hour long visits. Because when I was in intensive at home, that's how it was. So I wasn't sure, but I am getting more support. I do have a nurse also on the team who can go with me to appointments, which I was glad for. But honestly, now that my doctor is treating me like a person, I don't know, maybe she was just having a good day today. It was weird. So I have a med provider, a nurse, and a peer support, and a therapist. That is the update so far within the last 2 weeks. Yeah, so how I'm gonna do these types of videos, like non-informational videos, so I'm gonna do, like, weekly vlogs. So, like, I'll start filming on Sunday, but also I'm going to be posting on Sunday 11 a.m. EST, which is 8 a.m. PST, and 4 p.m. GMT. And that's going to be weekly. So every Sunday, I'm going to try to put up a vlog. Or sometimes I'm going to just do informational videos, like how I was doing with the dissociative disorder video and the Hashimoto's video. So I will do some of those. I definitely want to get a microphone to do those types of videos. I would do eventually want to start streaming and stuff like that. Have to get definitely a new computer, capture card, and then, like, everything like that. So, but I do eventually want to start streaming because I found some great communities on Twitch, and within, like, since, like, the beginning of 2021, I really started isolating myself and like having these dissociative feuds and stuff like that. And the only way I had human interaction is through Twitch. And I know that sounds awful, but and like the parasocial relationships, but like I follow a lot of smaller streamers and stuff like that. I know they're not my friends per se, but I do enjoy this human interaction and the community behind some of these creators and everything. And I mainly watch Apex, and I did make a side Twitter specifically for gaming and mainly Apex, but specifically for gaming, because on my main Twitter I was just posting just mental health stuff, and I gained a lot of following because of the mental health stuff. So I didn't want to, I don't know, I just didn't want things to be muddied up. And also on Instagram, I'm going to be doing weekly recaps too. Not as obviously not in as in depth as a video, but just posting weekly there. And I would like to post more on my mental health Twitter, but again, it's really triggering because I follow a lot of obviously a lot of mental health stuff and a lot of activism stuff. So during the Roe v. Wade stuff, that was really getting to me. So I really stepped back during that time. It's really bothering me seeing the world, or well, America, be shit. So, and that Roe v. Wade obviously affects me. Obviously affects my partner, and it affects Mac too, because Mac and I wanted to have kids, but I am not putting myself or another person who is willing to carry a baby for us at risk of being like putting in prison or like going or like dying. I'm not doing that. So and I know not foster care. I know that adoption is an option as well, but just having that right taking away from us, like I already just I know I wouldn't be able to physically carry a child, like a baby, because of the miscarriages and stuff, which on top of Roe v. Wade, I know North Carolina is an okay state, but who knows how long that's going to last. So it's just hard times, and I'm grieving a lot with that. And I know adoption is an option, but it's hard when you have like that taken away from you. Like, you could have a biological child, and I did want a biological child with Mac and everything. And after Maria integrated or fused last June, that made me for sure know I want kids. So it just really sucks that that is taken away from us, because I'm not putting myself or anyone else who can carry a child at risk of either being like trialed for murder or dying themselves. That's not right. So I had to take a break from that side of Twitter, and that's why I've been focusing on like the Apex and like the video game stuff and the stuff that I forgot to indulge in for so long. So like I became heavily obsessed with disorders and what my disorders are, and like advocating for mental health since I started therapy in 2013. And I made that who I was. I made my mental health who I was. Like, that was my identity. I want to be someone who just so happens to have DID, ADHD, generalized anxiety, schizoaffective. I just want to be someone with that. I'm not saying I won't, still advocate and stuff, but I want you guys to see me for me. And while I don't know who I am really, I'm learning, and I hope you will learn with me. So that's why I've been really focusing on the video game stuff, and I started reading a book, and I'm almost done with it. Like, I could have had that book done in maybe 3 days. I'm just like spacing it out, but like this will be the first book I've completed since I would either 2012 or 2013, and like I remember it. It's the Grisha universe. I'm starting out with the first book because one of my other friends was talking about it, and I'm like, hey, I can read now. I need to read something other than mental health books, and Body Keeps the Score is triggering as hell. So I have had Body Keeps the Score since last May, and I am about halfway through. And I'm gonna have to reread it again and highlight and everything, because every time I would read, I'd dissociate, and bad news bears. That's my update. I'm going to be posting on Sundays, 11 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, and then that's going to be 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 4 p.m. I think it's General Mountain Time. I think that's GMT. I think that's what it's. Anyway, so posting on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going to be weekly vlogs, so updates and stuff, and then some informative videos on things I find interesting. Mainly going to be about mental health, but who knows? So yeah, I'm calling you the honey bunnies, and I'm going to keep having identity crises. No shit, because I have dissociative identity disorder. I don't have a sense of fucking identity. Anyway, yeah. So thank you for listening, and thank you for anyone who watches my videos or anyone who interacts with any of my social media. It really means a lot to me to just form a lot of close relationships and stuff. It's really nice. So I hope you know that you are loved, very much loved, and you are very much valid, and I hope you keep on keeping on.